Everything shatters down. Back in this empty room. No one here to save me from the dark. Hello, hello, friends! Hi there! I have so much news. So much news for all of you guys. But, number one, absolute number one thing, is I need to eat. It's, okay, so we have... We have an offset camera, which sucks. Maybe I can just... I can make up for it by making the table offset. Offset table, offset camera, yay! I do need to get more lighting, don't I? Get myself a key light. We're probably going to replace the couch. We just haven't had the time, mostly the energy. I'm pretty sure we've had time. So you might be wondering what you're seeing here. Here is the finished heart. Red was requested, so I went ahead and pulled out a dark maroon I had. So this is what we're going to do. We've already started on the blue one here. For some reason, well, the yarn's a little thicker, so it's going to be bigger. However, before we get into crochet stuff, well, I'm going to turn this on. Hopefully it's charged enough I'll be able to read it. It's not. So that's, you know, great. And by great, I mean super sarcastic, not great. Alright. So we're going to bring the charger over here. So if you guys noticed, if you follow my Twitter, you'll notice I'm a little late. Hitting that go live button. 7:13, not terribly late. But I locked myself out of the house. Well, sort of. I didn't lock the door. My roommate locked the door. But they were out having dinner. He said at least they hadn't sat down yet. But the yeah, I misplaced my keys, and I misplaced them a few days ago, and I knew I had misplaced them. But the thing is, like, they hardly ever lock the door because they're home most of the time. There we go. Got this thing charging. So I can actually read the, and I didn't make it bigger. Oh, hello! Pretzel Rocks! That's what we're listening to, guys. Pretzel. Okay. Oh, and we got Bando! Time to get a no key cut. So I'll be asking Jingles to borrow his key because tomorrow is crazy. Tomorrow is... my mom comes into town. And I don't know what to expect. Except I need to pick her up at 3. So here's how this goes. I will be working a half day. Excuse me. And I need to eat. So like, well, this is why social eating is one of the tags. Because I was so late, must eat. Let me go ahead and move this away. So I'll be a little quieter. Hopefully not too quiet. Yes, it is a turkey pot pie. Banquet brand turkey pot pie. It's like 99 cents, and it's super fast to make. Like a total of 3 minutes in the microwave. I'll actually move the yarn a little further back. Don't want to get the yarn full of pot pies. No kitty in my pot pie. I know what that's from, but I can't remember it right off. Whatever you're referencing, I know what it is. Is that South Park? Is that Cartman saying no kitty, my pot pie? Yeah! But yeah, turkey pot pie. The chicken ones are fine. I just wanted to do turkey. Because they have chicken, turkey. They have a beef one. I think the beef one tastes like... It's a really thick, heavy taste. So I don't really go for the beef. They also have an apple pie. So you could get like a meat pot pie and an apple pot pie, and you got dinner and dessert right there. Still pretty hot. But I managed to put it in for just the right amount of time, even in the microwave. I don't know if you can guys tell, probably not. It actually has a little bit of a crispy top crust. So, not sure how I managed to find that, you know, just right time. But I did. So I put 1 minute, and then I poked holes in it at the top, and then I put it in for another 2 minutes. Usually I put it in for 1 minute and then stir, and then another minute. Or 2 minutes and then stir. And then another minute, but for some reason, 1 minute poke holes and 2 minutes is a better combination. I don't know why. So, yeah. So, anyway, half day tomorrow. I'm gonna have Jingles give me his key, hopefully he's okay with that. The roommate said he should be home anyway, so that shouldn't be a problem. But if he decides to like go somewhere for lunch, I don't want to like hold him back. So I'll be getting back to the house at like 1:45 or 1. Or, because if I go into work early, which means I have to be to work at like 8 a.m., which I'm not usually great at getting up that early. Which is crazy because it's not that early. So, getting up, trying to go to work early, getting home by 1. I really should, I may just have to leave earlier because to get from where I'm at to the airport, my mom's flying into the LAX airport, that's about 2 hours, and she lands at 3 something. So if I leave like at 1, I'm not gonna have much time. Like it's gonna be tight fit basically. So if there's any sort of traffic or accident, it'll be a problem. I can't tell which camera is actually pointing at me. Both of them are on. I think it's the top one. I'll just have to make that guess. I know there's the one pointing at right here. That one. And that one. So, yeah, 2 cameras. So you can wait till it'll do her some good? It might. Or it'll stress her out and she'll be stressed the whole trip. Because actually we're going to spend like 5 days together. And so there's a couple first two. One, my mother and I have never spent that much alone time together. I have siblings, there's usually always something planned. We don't really have solid plans, like we know we're going to where we're going to spend the night, like she made hotel reservations. But we don't have the days planned. Straight, yeah, camera straight ahead. They're both pretty much straight ahead. So, yeah, basically I feel like I'm gonna have to keep her entertained, but she wants to head north, and like Santa Barbara and Camarillo, And I haven't really been to those places. I've been to Santa Barbara once, and I was with somebody who knew their way around. And I've never been to Camarillo, so I don't even know what's there. But I also want to go to Solnang, which at least is like a wine, it's like mini wine country. So we got that, sort of. Thing is, I don't think she's a big drinker. She likes wine, but I don't know if we can spend an entire day or two just doing wine stuff, but maybe we can. I was thinking maybe like a drink and draw would be really fun. I did that with some people on the 13th for Galentine's Day. I went out and did, where's the painting? Oh, I put the painting away already. But yeah, we did a drink and draw. Again, super fun. And like, somehow, your painting turns out great, no matter how bad at painting you are. So, it's pretty cool. It's the second time I've ever done that. I'm not sure if I did better or worse. I feel like I did worse this time around. But I never took any, like, serious art classes. Or, like, traditional art classes. So I really don't know what I'm doing in general. Lies, your girlfriend sucks at it? Like, is she doing it with, like, an instructor, though? Like, telling them what to do? Because they literally walk me through step by step. Like, okay. Take out the black. Now cover, like, about the bottom 2 inches of your canvas in black. And then, take your yellow and cover the rest of the canvas in yellow. Like, that's how they start. Yeah, her paintings were terrible. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I actually wasn't too mad at myself for the ones I did. I took the one I first did and hung it out in the hall recently. There was like a screw just sitting there, and I'm like, I have a painting, might as well just kind of plop it on the wall. That painting is a picture of a tree next to a hill during sunset. So it's a pretty vague picture, but some of the other people, oh my gosh, some of the other people in that group were amazing painters. Like, just the way they did their clouds, because there's some clouds in it too. Oh, it was so awesome, and I was just like, there's no way I could be that good. Hey Mizuno! Welcome to the channel, thank you for the lurk. That's a really good pot pie. Even though it's, cheap or whatever, it's still tasty. So, I've also had a lot going on this week, which is surprising. Monday, well, I feel like I should go back a little further. So, a week and a half ago Friday, whoever was in channel, if you remember, we had a new guy come visit, Dragon Blogger. And, they let me know, first of all, that my chat was in followers only mode, which was stupid of me. So they came in donating bits just to, like, get my attention, which it was successful. Got my attention, and I noticed that the captions aren't working because I have it on the wrong tab. I've only been doing this for 3 years, guys, and captions are new, but, total pro streamer here. Alright, now we have captions. Okay, so yeah, Dragon Blogger came in donating bits. Couldn't figure out why with every sentence, but he let me know about the follower thing. Sorry, the way it translates some of the stuff is kind of, well, not translates, but it transcribes. So came in and said they wanted to do a like an interview. So I agreed to it. And it's not so much an interview as it was, he just wanted me to write up a little piece about myself, like a short paragraph, and send it on, so I did that. And then they followed and asked me for my social information, you know, Twitter, Facebook. I didn't give them Facebook, did I? Oh wow. So I gave them Discord and Instagram and Rivalry. Yeah, I didn't think Captioner would get that one. Ravelry. Oh, but good. Cool. But yeah, gave him a blurb about myself. Then he followed me on Twitter, so I gave him my Twitter information, and didn't realize how big of a deal this blog is. Until I saw their Twitter. Until I saw their Twitter. They have a few thousand followers. Like 35,000 followers. Followers, not dollars. So that was a bit of a wake-up call. And that was Friday. Yeah, I gave him the stuff today. I gave him the written piece today. However, Friday. That's cool, right? Being asked for that. Saturday was the Twitch LA meetup, which was really awesome. Got to stand in line for a while and chat with Teditor. So if you see up on the thing over there that Teditor has followed, and then Warwick Child is his wife. And yesterday, he was saying in line, he's like, "Wow, you do some really cool things. It's pretty unique." He wanted to do a podcast interview with me, and we did. It was 2 hours. Like, we literally have 2 hours of solid content, and I have a feeling he's gonna have to cut it down. Oh, my mom messaged me. Oh, yay. 405-105 freeway connectors closures near LAX scheduled for this week. Awesome. I'm gonna reply back to her. It's gonna be awesome. Asterisk sarcasm. Awesome. Asterisk sarcasm. That's gonna be pretty rough. So I'm gonna have to leave early anyway. I really don't want to take this much time off work. It's not so much the paid thing. I have PTO. I just don't like being away for so long. It feels like I'm not doing enough. Like I'm just absent or whatever. So, notice the title of the stream. It's a crochet chill night. Chill crochet night. I can't talk. Chill crochet night. And it needs to be because I need to mentally prepare for this visit. I'm also very tired for some reason. My back has been very sore lately. So yeah, just trying to make it through. So instead of just wolfing this down, take my time. Grab and still hang out, chat, see what's up. So what's new in your life, Bando? Okay, yeah. Give me too much grief. I appreciate that. I mean, give me. We can still joke around. I'm just very slow right now. Maybe it's just because I haven't eaten yet. I don't know. I think I had some caffeine today, so I should be fine on that end. I had one cup of coffee. But just one. And I had a little bit of snack. They had leftovers at work. So there was like fresh cut fruit. And they had like some little sandwiches. And I grabbed a half a sandwich. But it had been sitting out since like lunchtime. And I left at like 6. So it's like been sitting out for 6 hours. And it was like a mayonnaise based sandwich. And it was like a chicken salad with nuts and raisins and apple pieces in it. And it was good, it just was warm, and it's not the kind of thing that should be warm. So I only ate part of it. I do not want to make myself sick. Oh my gosh. So yeah, picking up my mom in the afternoon tomorrow. And dropping her back off at the airport on Tuesday. Tuesday morning. Her flight out is at 8 a.m. That's so early, because really that means we have to be there at 6. I have to drop her off at 6 a.m. So that's crazy. Alright, done with the dinners. And get this out of the way. I have to empty the trash before I go. I actually have to pack still. There's just so much to do. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna end stream early because that's goofy. Alright, so actual crochet time. Goofy, not groovy. Stretch first. Stretch, because the back hurts. Alright. So the heart pattern I got from Brunette. Let's see, it says it's Brunette Handicrafter Cotton Scents Heart Sachet to Crochet. But I'm not using their scents. I'm not turning it into a sachet. It's just gonna be a heart, squishy heart. So this one's complete. I do like it. I do know what I would do what I will be doing differently on this one. I did expect them to be a little smaller, or was hoping so they can be more handheld. But this is still within acceptable size. So heart. Stitch definition and all that. Done being goofy. Alright, so I have been keeping track. Of course I left the pencil over there. So I'm in the middle of doing some rows here that kind of make up this portion of the heart. This is where I'm at on the blue piece. So we finished 5 rows, I have 3 more to go. And now we just chill. Just chill. Breathe. I mean, like, what was it called? Paying attention. Deliberate breathing or something like that. Mindful breathing. maybe this channel isn't necessarily as chill. The chill channel kind of puts me to sleep, though. I've already been struggling with yawning. I'm also currently struggling with my side hurting. Along with, you know, not being able to get up there, or getting sick. Because right now the side that hurts is my right side, which is where I had kidney stones back in November. And what the doctor said was that I had 2 kidney stones. One of them was already in my track and on the way out, and that's what was hurting. But the other one was still hanging out in my kidney. They didn't give me any indication if it was going to come out soon or later. You can keep it short, take a warm shower, and rest. Aww. So, need to make sure that I'm keeping tabs on that pain, because if it gets more intense, that could be an issue, like a real issue. Like the day I had the day I first noticed all the pain and stuff, like I was driving home from work and practically screaming in the car because it hurt. It hurt so bad. So I just need to keep track of like how do I feel, like mentally checking in with myself. However, I had already gone into the doctor and talked about how there's, you know, I'd hurt after eating. So maybe there's something in that chicken pot pie or the turkey pot pie I just ate that actually is aggravating some stomach digestive issue, something. So they wanted me to go on a specific diet, and I just haven't been able to adjust my eating habits yet. I need to take a weekend and just, you know, go shopping for the stuff. Like, there's this cookbook I got, and it basically gives me a shopping list and all the recipes to completely, you know, be on this diet, because it's based on how your body breaks down food, and it triggers a certain chemical reaction. So some foods create this reaction and some don't, or chemical or something. It creates a chemical when it breaks down, and that chemical can be very irritating to people. So if I'm sensitive to it, there's a bunch of foods that they suggest staying away from, and a lot of pastry type foods are listed as things to stay away from, and that, you know, it's a pot pie. It's basically, you know, soup and pastry, so it definitely might be on that, you know, you have issues with this food list. So I'm just hoping that doesn't become a problem. So how's everyone doing today? We are working on the first part of a blue heart, and this heart is going to has already been drawn because we were giving away our items for reaching our goal for St. Jude. The January board game fundraiser goal for this channel was $100, and we blew that out of the water. So at $50 I was going to give away stickers, and at $100 I was going to give away a crocheted heart. That was the the winner's choice of color. And then I also gave away a crochet heart for reaching 1,000 followers this past year. Yay! 1,000 people! Thank you, thank you, thank you! 1,000 people here. So, that's what we're working on today. But yeah, also gonna be a super chill day. As I was saying, I have a whole weekend with my mom, and I don't know what to do. We're gonna be in some cities I'm not familiar with, and I feel like I need to be, you know, a proper host, because she's coming to the state I'm in, even though we're going to places I've never been. So I need to rethink some of that and not stress about it, and not like over research or anything, because that's definitely a thing I do. I started a list of places we could go visit already. And some of them are really weird places. Did you know that California has a famous ostrich farm? Yeah, bet you didn't know that. That's near one of the places we're going to be going. And you know what? I totally did not mark off my last row. Alright, so we finished that row. We're on the second one here. And I'm almost done with it. So, Power Pan Jacob and Kranitz! I did not get my keys, Kranitz. My roommate is amazing, and when I messaged him, he's like, oh, we're just up the street, I'll be right there. And so they came home, they hadn't been seated for dinner yet, because they went out to eat, and he came home, unlocked the door for me, and then they went back out to dinner. I did not find my keys. Which, yeah, that's a problem too. Yeah. So, Power Pan Jacob, did you used to be known under another name? Because your name seems kind of familiar. Giant Attack Chickens. You're sorry, but that's awesome. Yeah, my roommates are actually pretty awesome. So. But yeah, so we got hearts going on today. Making stuff. And yeah, so I have all weekend that's gonna be, so I was saying earlier, this is gonna be a weekend full of firsts. And the first thing that's a first is that it's gonna be the longest time I've ever spent with my mom, just the two of us. I'm not sure how that's going to turn out. Cause, like, there's been other times I visited where after, like, I've been home, and, like, 2 hours, like, she says something kind of rude or sassy, and it just sours me for the whole visit. So, if that happens within the first 2 hours, it's gonna be a very long weekend. Like, really freaking long weekend. So, yeah. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Oh shoot, I should tell her to, like, I was gonna tell her to, like, pack, actually, let me tell her now. I need to tell her to pack sunglasses. Alright, pack sunglasses. And comfy shoes. We might be able to go on a short hike. Short hike, not a shirt hike. Pack sunglasses for sure. Because one of the things that happened when I moved out here, I did not realize that going from Minnesota to California, and, like, obviously I knew this, I was going south, but here's the thing I didn't realize, is that the sun, I mean, yes, I realize the sun is stronger towards the equator, whatever, and California is closer to the equator than Minnesota is. I didn't realize how that would affect me personally, which means I need sunglasses. All the time. All the time. I can barely step out of the house without sunglasses. So, my eyes did not grow up in this bright, piercing sunlight. So, sunglasses all the time. If your mom gets bad enough, you just leave and drive back home. See, yeah, that's I mean, when she starts saying sassy stuff and I'm visiting home, like, I turn around and walk away. But if she's visiting here and we're, like, sharing a hotel room, there's really, like, nowhere I can go if I need some, like, time away. The other thing, Jingles is not going to be with us. So, that's going to be unusual. I have not been away from Jingles for that long of time since, like, probably the second year we were dating. We're going on, like, year 5 right now. Walk it off, yeah. So, Jingles and I have not been apart for more than, like, 3 days. For, like, 4 years now. So that's another new thing. And he was thinking that he's gonna go, one of the things he's wanted to do for a while is go on, like, a hiking overnight trip by himself. And so he's like, oh, if you're not gonna be down here, because just the way the
the traveling works out. I'm probably not my mom's not gonna visit the place I live, because she wants to go visit stuff up north. I live down south. You need a relationship like that. You know, Kranitz, I think you'll find it. And this probably sound cliche and really frustrating. I just stopped looking. I wasn't looking. I should say I wasn't looking. Because I was in the middle of some other stuff. I needed to just be myself for a bit. And that's just when I met some people and we went and hung out, and Jingles and I just never stopped hanging out. We went on a camping trip together and we didn't stop hanging out. So it was also very natural. Like, we didn't go on dating sites, and now I'm not putting down dating sites. I'm just saying this is not how it works for me. I've never found anybody through a dating site. I've never used them. I have. You definitely weren't looking. Well, I have no idea where else to look, so okay. I mean, and people say don't date people you work with, and like Jingles and I worked together, but like we worked at the same place, but we didn't ever do work together. I never interacted with him in a professional manner. Like, I didn't deal with him on a day-to-day basis. Most of the people I worked with, I didn't actually interact with. I didn't need them for, I think I worked with, like, out of like 300 people, there was maybe like 20 people that I interfaced with every day. And that was just the nature of my position. So, let's see. Dating sites are utter garbage. Oh, jeez. Not always. Dating sites are good for the quick bang. Oof. You don't work. You've never been able to get a date with any other girls I worked with that I liked. I'm just saying that, but I also had a large group of people to choose from. Like I said, there's 300 people there, and I only worked with like 20 to 30 of them. So, you know, if I made friends with other people, like, that was cool, and that was a bonus. And I never intended on dating him. I never intended on dating anybody I worked with at any point. We went on this camping trip, and he needed a ride because he rode a motorcycle, and he couldn't carry his camping gear. So he asked for a ride, and I told him that I was going to be exhausted by the end of my shift because I was going to have to work a late shift. So I asked him, I was like, would you mind driving my car? Because I'm going to need, if you're going to drive with me, you're going to be the one driving. Are you okay with that? Because I'm going to need to sleep on the way up there. And he said he was fine with it. And basically, he drives mostly everywhere if we drive together. He says he has control issues and it bothers him when someone else drives. And I don't mind, because then I can, like, you know, catch up on social media on the phone and whatever. I don't mind being a passenger. Even if it isn't my own car. Okay, so I finished this row, which means... Oh, I still have one more row to go. Alright, never mind. So you have to know your range and the type you can pull. Yeah, alright, let's see. Let's see how... I'll work backwards. And I'll tell you guys how I met the people I dated. So... There's Jingles, which, like I said, I met through a place I worked, but I didn't work with him. We worked at the same company. And then there's my ex-husband, John. We met basically through World of Warcraft. So I would say it's similar interests. We met because of similar interests. And before that was Jeremy, which is the same thing. Met through similar interests. Before that was Cliff. Again, so I dated 3 people from World of Warcraft, guys. So I guess if you want to call, like, gaming a dating site, that's what happened. I dated 3 people from World of Warcraft. So it was it was online dating for a bit and then I met them in person. Before that was Chuck. I met him through Drum and Bugle Corps, so again, similar interests. And so basically, this is comes down to you need if you have a hobby that can get you out of the house, that can get you meeting people. Granted, World of Warcraft did not get me out of the house, but I still had people to meet and talk to. Before Chuck was Mark, and Mark and I worked together. Like, we actually worked together, though. So, we worked at Olive Garden. Before Mark was Dave, and Dave and I did Aikido together. Aikido. There we go. So again, similar interests, hobbies. That gets you out and about meeting people. Your hobby is apparently house cleaning. Oh. Before Dave was Slinger. Slinger and I had mutual friends. I mean, we lived in the same... No, we didn't even live in the same thing. Same dorm in college. But yeah, mutual friends. The Slinger and I we had mutual friends. I was in marching band, and some of the people he knew from previous years, and some of the people I had just met, they all knew each other and were friends, so that was similar interests there. Well, similar friends. Like, there wasn't an interest necessarily that kept us together. But, I mean, Slinger got me into Aikido. He got me into gaming, honestly. And he got me into D&D. And yeah, that's about it. So like the hobbies we got. And if it wasn't for Slinger, let me throw this out there. If it wasn't for Slinger, I wouldn't crochet. I'm gonna just throw that right out there. That group of mutual friends, they had taught him how to crochet. They were doing some blanket project, and he taught me how to crochet. So, had I not been dating him... Actually, no, he's nice enough, he probably would have showed me even if we weren't dating. But, we got talking more and stuff. We had more time together. But yeah, so, mutual friends. And before Slinger was Brandon. And, Brandon and I were in marching band together, so again, similar interests. Sort of hobby-like similar interests. I mean, we were in band in school, so high school. And then before Brandon was Kenny. Kenny, also marching band. Well, band, he really didn't march. And then before Kenny, the very first guy I ever dated was Tyler. And, we were in theater together. So, similar interests. Yeah, marching band. I was in marching band for all of 8 years. Like, that wasn't small. I did 4 years in high school, and then I did another 3 or 4 years. Well, I did 3 years in college, and then another 2 years after that. Maybe I don't remember doing college. Yeah, college for 2 years, and then I did Drum and Bugle Corps for another 2 years. As part of the Kilties, and that as part of the Boston Crusaders, both senior corps. So you dated nerds! Nerds! Yes, I dated nerds, okay? I am a nerd, I dated nerds! So yeah, a theater person, marching band. I mean, Slinger did marching band, and he was definitely the nerdiest of them all, honestly. Because he ended up going into science, and he does really cool stuff, and he's a tinkerer, and I mean, Jingle's nerdy in that sense too, except he wasn't in band. Case! Hi! Yes! Nerd! So I ended up on Slinger, and then Dave was not so much a nerd, really. I mean, but he also did, D&D. We played D&D together. Mark, I think, is probably the only one who is not a nerd. Mark, the guy from Olive Garden. She admits it. I totally admit it. 100% nerd. Dude, my shirt is AD&D. This is Advanced Dungeons and Dragons right here. So the ampersand for Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. Mark was not a nerd. Mark was quiet. No, Mark was, not Mark Schultz. Mark was not a nerd. He was cool, he was quiet, he didn't do any of the nerdy stuff. Actually, maybe, he was in a band. But for some reason, being in a band and being in marching band, like, that puts you in two opposite sides of the spectrum. Oh my goodness! We have Paint coming in with a subscription for 26 months! Yay! Yeah. Alright, so where are we? We're at Mark. Mark, not the nerd. Hi, cuz! Yeah, so Mark, not the nerd, and then after Mark, Chuck was, he would say he's a nerd. Chuck kind of reintroduced me to anime. He was in band. He did a bunch of, like, techie stuff. He's the one who bought me World of Warcraft in the first place. He also had me play Guild Wars, so yeah, Chuck, also a nerd. And then, you know, Plith, Jeremy, John, all of them are, nerds too, because I met them through World of Warcraft. And then Jingles is probably the second close to not nerdy. But he is pretty nerdy too. Like, he plays games, he doesn't play D&D, but one of the things that, I hung out with him, John and I went and hung out with Jingles before, like, John and I fell apart. We played Shadowrun, which is another, like, dice throwing game. Yeah, actually, and Jingles played D&D with us. I mean, he's pretty nerdy too. Why did you? I said, no, not Bojangles, Jingles. No. Yeah, so, nerdy stuff. Yeah, and then hired via guild, right? Oh, man. Oh, Paint. Yeah, so Paint, I was telling them about the guys I dated and where I met them. Because, you know, Kranitz needs to know where to meet people. And, I'm trying to... So, it looks like, you know, going through that list I just went through, the biggest trend of how I meet people is through hobbies and shared interests. So the shared interests, going from oldest to newest, include theater, marching band, Aikido, marching band again, you told them go to cons and nerd groups and hobbies. So Aikido, and then I said as a marching band, and okay, after that one, World of Warcraft, so a MMO type game where we just, and I feel like I was a little lucky in the sense where, like, the guild I met was very close, very, very tight-knit. And yeah, and then camping, honestly, is kind of how, camping, like I said, Jingles and I worked together, but that's not what brought us together. Like I said, we worked with about 100 or 300 people, Paint, you would say? It was about 300 people at Stereo D. I was like, I didn't necessarily work with the artists. I knew who they were, I met them, so I didn't work with him, but we had shared connections and all that, but the thing that brought us together was going camping. So, I mean, yeah, hobbies. Hobbies outside the house, occasionally hobbies in the house, like gaming with a group. 320-ish, and Dragon Con, but he needs to participate. Gen Con, work, Hacker Cons. Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, Hacker Con. So, I went to the Hacker Con once. Twice? One? I've showed up, and I only bought the ticket once. I don't know what I did the rest of the time. I bought the ticket once, so I'm walking all over the place. Paint, you may not have been there you had to have been there that year. You go to DEF CON all the time, right? Or was this may have been after you moved. I think I went after you moved. Oh yeah, because I mailed you stuff. I mailed you DEF CON stuff. So I saw on the website that they did a black and white masquerade ball thing, right? That's one of the events, one of the nights. So I literally went out and bought myself a black and white mask. And so I went to the Bending, so I bought a mask and I wore the mask to the party, and apparently that was a huge hit. Yeah, black and white ball. Nobody else was wearing a mask. No one else was even dressed up. So like I was wearing this mask. I had like a skirt on. Like I was wearing a black and white outfit, all head to toe. And I got free drinks because of it. I got shown to like a dev party because of it. Just because like I played, like I participated in the event. Like it got me, it literally, and I say literally opened up doors for me because they told me to go into a photo booth, get my picture taken, and there was a secret door I was supposed to go through. Participating in the event literally opened doors for me, where I met a bunch of devs, and it was really cool because that was also where the free drinks were, and I had to pay for a damn thing. I was known as a Sharpie girl. Got jobs later that way. Yeah, you do something, go to a thing, do a cool thing. People will say, hey, you're doing a cool thing, and that's how you meet people and make friends. And maybe they could turn into more than friends later. I need to stop talking with my hands and work with my hands here. So I need to stitch together. Okay, so this is where I actually need to do some counting. So if you will excuse me for a second, probably more like a minute, I need to count. 30. I got 2 in the middle, I guess 28. And 2 more, I guess, so 14. Because 2 get chopped off here and 2 get chopped off here. So that's 2, 4, 6. 3 minus 6 is 24. Divided by 2 is 12. So stitch together 2 and then 12. Okay. So I basically, I'm a little long compared to the pattern, but I want to make sure, fold this in half, because I do want to make sure it's centered. You know, we have these awesome things called stitch markers. I'm just going to pull a piece of colored thread through, so I don't have to actually find a proper stitch marker. Alright, so that's where I'm going to need to stop. Maybe I'll stop a little bit before that so I have some space, because I want a little bit of space right here. So you see where it dips down? This is what I'm counting right now, is I'm counting the pieces to make this dip, and how wide I want that dip to be between the 2 heart bumps. Heart bumps. They're heart bumps, right? Let's see. You should bring my cock to Gen Con, dress all steampunk, or bring bunnies. You'll also see in a suit. Oh my god, he can bring it if he tries. Yeah, I mean, first you have to be comfortable in your own skin. I'm gonna say that. The very first time I went to Strategicon, I don't think you were there, Payne. I mean, I think you were still in the area, but I don't think you went to Strategicon. At least not this one. And I was terrified of talking to people. I was very interested in this one game that was on the table. It's called Zolkeen. And it was so, it looked so fascinating and so cool. And, I just kind of kept, walking closer and closer to it. And then someone at the table, actually noticed me. And they're like, hey, you want to play? And I was like, oh, no. And I, walked back, I didn't realize how far back I had gone. I had, taken, 4 or 5 steps backwards. And I was like, no. I was absolutely afraid of it. And I was like, wow, that was... And later on, I, replayed that instance in my head. And I was like, that was a really strong and powerful reaction I just had. So I had to keep replaying it to try and figure out how I could have reacted differently, because I was 100% reaction. It wasn't a thought out thing. Like, yeah, I kind of freaked out a little. You were talking cover. You want a plushie heart? I could probably make you one. Heart, 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 heart. Heart, heart, heart. Heart, heart, heart. So, yeah, these ones were for, one of these was for reaching our St. Jude goal, and the other one was for reaching 1,000 followers. And I don't know if you were in chat those days. Let's see. Plushy heart. You know, I actually thought about this the other day, like how much would I charge for these? Because they are kind of cute. 15? I think I'm gonna charge another guy. So here's this. A dude at work, a coworker, you know, he's like, oh, what do you crochet? And so I sent him like a picture I have of the stuff that I've done. And I'm like, I usually start my plushies at $25. Because like just to get the time and the things together, like that's not even counting going shopping for yarn if I need it. But then he asked for something like this big. Like it's the size of like slightly bigger than a golf ball. And I'm like, that'll be 10. Like I'll charge you $10 for that. Maybe 15. But you've been working. Oh, what is that? What's the... Oh, it's the less than 3! That's so cute! I'm sorry. But yeah, you have enough stuff. I have more stuff I think I should send. I sent you a package recently, right? Yeah, I sent you and Kranitz packages like at the same time. But I still have stuff to send you. Hold on, there was something I was gonna send you and I don't remember what it was. I feel like I found another thing and I was like, oh, I need to send this to Paint. Oh well. Yeah, TwitchCon pack. Oh, do you guys want to play Stream Captain? I'll get that going. There's at least 3 people in channel. So, do we want to do a 4 skull boss or a question mark? We don't know how big it is, so let me go ahead and turn this guy on. Stream Captain, doo-doo-doo, so you can see what I'm seeing here. Yeah, okay, good, you can see that. So do we want to do the 4 skull boss? Oh, you want scraps? Okay, yeah, I found more bags of scraps. Or question mark. Now 4 we would definitely need people to be like super active because there's only 4 people in channel right now. Which means y'all would have to be putting stuff down every 5 minutes. I can only put 1 thing down. Or we want to try the question mark. Because the next one after this is 5 skulls and we have no option, no secondary option. So, who... You very felted for 10 to 500. Oh, did you see what Kranitz got? Oh, Paint? Okay. You don't know how to play Stream Captain? Really? Captain! So there's the link. And you'll get characters to put down. You'll get, when you start, you get a tank, an archer, and a warrior. Wait, I think it's a warrior, archer, and a rogue. You get a rogue. So, I mean, you're kind of familiar with all those. Anyway, I'm gonna go with the question mark. Or do we want to start 4-star and get a gold box? So take a couple steps back as you hear me start to hum. Yeah, you'll totally. It's easy. Every 5 minutes, if you keep the tab open, you'll hear. You can't see me, hi. But you'll hear the indicator saying, "Hey, you got a thing," you know, or it's time to put your thing down. 4 stars. Kranitz, you've played this before, right? Or unless you're on the phone. Are you on the phone, Paint? Because if you're on the phone, I don't think you can really play. There we go. Cheers! Yay! Top cheers. That's what I wanted. Calabrina, Joe Dexto, yeah. Alright. I'm gonna go with this guy here. We're gonna go with the question mark. Again, there's not many people in channel. And it still doesn't tell me the difficulty. So we've got these flying things, so flying archers. Like, that's rough. So you guys want to put down some archers here, and if you have, like, healers, I'm gonna put a tank down. That's usually what I do. I want to put down archer first. My tank is level 3 though, so he's going down the field here for a tank. Alright guys, so now it's up to you. Oh, Blue Feather, hey! Before you go into movie mode, alright guys, so we have that running. And we'll go ahead, and we have half an hour. Every 5 minutes you can put a dude down. And we have half an hour to put down as many as we can to fight. Fight, 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 fight! Cannot play on phone. Oh no! Well, it's running, so anybody else who wants to play, and maybe we'll get some random people in here because you can find people who are playing from the actual website. And there is an event going on, so maybe people are just going to want to go find random people, like myself, to play with. Alright, so reach the end of that. Oh my goodness, I'm splitting. Oh wait, yeah, so paint, I owe you some scraps. Splitting, not bleeding, good lord! It's terrible. Ugh. Mystery bag! A fairy-sized hammock! Yay! Alright, and so I stitch 2 together here. And I pull through all loops. And then we continue along with some single crochets. Shrinks down for naps. Hell yeah! So how is your job? How are you doing? I haven't talked to you in a long time. I know you said that you've been working a lot, so is that really what's taking up all your free time? And it's good news, right? All the working is a good thing? I want to make sure it's a good thing. Exclamation point, Captain! We'll give you the link to Stream Captains if that is something you want to play. I messed this stitch up. Oh, that's so pretty! I like your emotes. The emotes that you have unlocked. They are cute. Chain 1 and turn. And I get to stitch 2 together again. Move along here. Alright, so we are on our way here making the first heart bump. For the first blue piece. We have this blue panel. And heart bumps. It's totally, we're gonna call it heart bumps. Busy helping Granite stream, working a lot, but doing 3 people's jobs. You need a marketing or office person besides me and a second graphics artist. Oh my goodness. I mean, that's kind of cool that, like, the business is doing so well that you need that many people. It sucks that currently you're the only one taking care of all of those pieces. So I hope you get what you need soon, because we don't want you to burn out. You seem like you like that job a lot. Oh, you need to do the marketing. That seems like not such a good thing then. So when you say, oh, okay, so that's marketing that's not to do the jobs, it's to market for the actual business? That seems less awesome. Chain 1 and turn, and stitch 2 together, and do some single crochets across the way. And this is stitch 2 together. Chain 1 and turn, stitch 2 together. And then stitch 2 together. And then we'll chain 1, turn, and we will do single crochets all the way down here. I feel like maybe that doing the single crochets, or the slip stitches, not single crochets, the slip stitches should even this out a little bit. But I do wonder how the other side is going to look with this. It seems steep. I feel like it's steep, but I did the same thing on both sides, so I should probably not worry so much. Let's see. 18 sublimated jerseys, 150 screen printed shirts, another 150 shirts for one of our sister stores, and 25 more and miscellaneous marketing materials. I see. I don't know what sublimated is. I've heard the term before, but I don't know. I feel like I can't picture what that means. Like what a sublimated an example. I don't have a mental picture. Okay, so I'm back here, and one and two, and now I'm going to stitch 2 together. Now this one I feel like I'm definitely going to have a bigger, I feel like I did something not great, because this heart bump seems too small. Like it doesn't seem tall enough. So I'm actually going to pull it out. Pull it out to about here. Because this is where it seems like I may have skipped a stitch and changed, like, or do I want to actually go one more? I think I want to go straight to the center, so actually I need to do 2 more stitches before I... Oh my goodness. Who do we have? Creative Minds. Oh my goodness. Got 2 raiders. How are you doing tonight, man? Also, we have exclamation point captain. We have a Stream Raiders battle going on. So while you're raiding me, why don't you go ahead and raid that boss as well? You're tired AF. Oh man, short stream. Sorry, dude. Yay! And yay, Stream Raiders! Yeah, so... I don't think many people have, because I know some people are watching on mobile, they're not able to participate, so we could use all the help we can get. We have a mystery toughness boss. Alright, so we're going to chain 2 more here, and then we're going to... Actually, this is the one I need to... Alright, so I'm trying to make a heart here. I had to rip out the first, like, hump for it because it just didn't look right. I think what I didn't do earlier, guys, I think I didn't do a chain one when I turned. I think that's one of the things I was missing, so it didn't look right. But we're gonna keep on going, we're gonna do our best here. So Creative Minds, what were we talking, streaming, or playing tonight? Oh, she gave me...
All I do is count that paper.
What? Okay, well, it doesn't... the Kindle Fire doesn't like that. It won't show it to me. It won't show me that link paint. Just Gemcraft, a tower defense game. Alright. You know, I really liked the tower defense games I was playing until they got too hard. And then I didn't like them because I couldn't figure it out. and they had like the level I was playing had like limited resources. So it's like if I used something and lost the level, I wouldn't be able to use it again. So I just became weaker and weaker, and it was less incentive to play. Like I lost characters or something. They had like fighters. The new Gemcraft is amazing. Also, music is a bit of a loud side. Okay, I can turn the music down. Go ahead and pull 2 loops up here, and we'll start the next round. Chain 1 and turn. Alright. We will go ahead and turn that music down. There we go. Hopefully that's good. Alright, so we got 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Put those dudes down to fight that boss. And well, it's not a single boss, so just, I don't know if you noticed, you go to that Stream Raiders, exclamation captain, type that in, you'll get the link, and we have flying angel archers, so make sure to put some archers down. So yeah, we are making the items for our 1,000-person our 1,000 followers, and reaching our St. Jude goal in January. So, catching up on those, and then I'm going to go back to April 2019 St. Jude goals and work on the Kerbal and the I have a dodo bird. So I am behind with those. I'm trying to keep up with these. I don't want to fall behind with everything. So I want to make an attempt to be on time with some things. Let's see. A musketeer is pretty. Yeah, musketeers are pretty badass. So yeah, yeah, it doesn't have to be archers. It can be a ranged of any sort. So, but yeah, that's super helpful, and you can put a guy down every 5 minutes. So I was talking in the very beginning about what's been going on, why I've been so busy. But I'll go ahead and tell you guys because I don't think y'all were around. So let's see, 2 Fridays ago, I was streaming, and you guys may have been around when Dragon Blogger came in, and they wanted to do like an interview. They wanted a little bit of information on me. I was like, well, that's super cool. So I wrote up a piece today and sent it off to them. They followed me on Twitter, and I followed them back, and I took a look. Thank you for that, Epic! And I took a look, and the Dragon Blogger site, at least their official Twitter, has... Hey, Crochet Dude! Thank you for the host! It has a lot of followers, guys. Like, a lot. So, I'm a little nervous, but it's also awesome. So it was Friday I got asked for an interview, because of what I do on stream. And it's... As he said, he's like, you're not just the general Fortnite streamer. I was like, no, that's true. I do not stream Fortnite. So, the next day, I actually saw Creative Minds at the Twitch LA meetup. And while I was waiting in line, which is a very long line, I met Teditor. We were chatting, and he was like, oh, you're the Hyper Zen who helps out with actually organizing this stuff. I was like, yes I am. And so, after listening to some of the stuff I did, he's like, would you like to be on my podcast? So yesterday I had a podcast interview with him, and it was really cool. Like, there's 2 hours of content there. And I don't know what he's gonna edit out or whatever, but like, it was really fun. And I hope to hang out with him again at some point. I mean, we're in the LA area, so within 2 days I had 2 requests to do like interviews and whatever. So let's see, the podcast comes out tomorrow, I believe. Unfortunately, like, all this stuff is coming out, and I'm gonna be out of town. Like, my mom's coming in, we're gonna go on a mini vacation, so I won't be able to stream. So, like, I won't be able to necessarily, like, get the most out of this. Like, I won't be able to, like, you know, take this momentum and build on it, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, so the podcast comes out tomorrow. I'll put that up on, I'll put it in the Discord and up on Twitter. Up on Twitter, no iPhone. And the blog comes out on the 22nd. I don't know what day that is. I think it's Saturday, but that's when the blog post will go up. And the blog post. So when I say that they have a lot of followers, like Twitter followers, I'm in like 35,000. So like, I'm glad I already did the written piece because like that was intimidating when I found that out. So it's exciting. Like things are happening. I just don't know what I'm gonna do with all the stuff that's happening. Am I necessarily gonna stream more? I don't know. I'm tired. Like, and I'm not like tired of life or anything. I'm physically tired. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe I need something to excite me in my daily life. I don't know. Maybe I just need to exercise more. I hear that, you know, brings up your energy and whatever, and you know, object in motion, stay in motion type thing. Objects at rest tend to stay at rest. I don't know if that actually applies to humans and exercise. So maybe I just need to exercise more. But I'm tired. Chain one and turn. And then I can stitch two together. And then stitch two together again. And then we can slip stitch our way down the side. Now let's take a look at this. This heart bump looks a little better. Still not great. I'm not quite sure what, because I remember these ones looking nicer. But exercise for sure. You got to get back to it. Waiting for your cough to leave your body first, though. Yeah, and then we'll make sure you can breathe. You know. Breathe before you can, exercise. Breathe harder. Okay. So we're doing a nice little slip stitch down the side. I've already extended this, this heart bumps, like, base. So I'm not gonna undo it and do it again. It's gonna have to deal with what we've got here. Slip stitch there, and then I'm just going to go straight into the stitch two together once I get this last slip stitch going. Alright, so here we go, stitching two together right off the bat. We're leaving like no space for that for the two heart bumps. So yeah, hey Paint! Are you... Did you ever make your way up to Camarillo and hang out there? Because we're going to be spending some time in Camarillo this weekend, and I don't know what to do. I know you guys went to Ojai a lot. But, like, my mom's not really a camping type person, so, like, camping in Ojai really isn't a thing. Not for us. Like, she's definitely not a camping person, and, like, if she did do camping, it'd be car camping. It wouldn't be, like, backpack hiking type thing. That is not my mom. Lupomic? What is that? Ojai Deer Lodge? Oh, is that a restaurant? It's Nami. That's good to know. Good to know. Because yeah, I have no idea for places. Because we're also gonna make our way up to Solvang and Santa Barbara. So skydiving. It's a bar restaurant. Okay. And my mom will not go skydiving. That is a thing I 100% know she won't do. I might be able to convince her to go scuba diving, if I get like one specific instructor, because like she won't listen to anybody else. My sister and I both scuba dive, and I thought it'd be kind of cool if we could get mom to also. You know, when she turned 50, she wanted to do some she wanted to all get matching tattoos, and like I don't want to get matching tattoos. You love Santa Barbara? Yeah, what is there to do in Santa Barbara? Has a great pier? Okay, good. Santa Barbara Pier. Because, like, I want to go to see a mission. I know there's a mission up near Santa Barbara / Solvang. And I want to go to Solvang. It's a little Danish town. Like, wine country. But yeah, I also want to go to a mission. One of the mission churches. You can take the train. Fillmore has some nice stops. I think we need to drive because we're gonna be in the area. Like, I'm not gonna come down to Orange County at all, and my mom die of boredom. Where it's amazing. Never friends there though. Okay. What's boredom, Vanda? What going to missions? Anyway, my mom got like an 8 a.m. flight out of LAX, so there's no train that's gonna help me there, get her by 6 a.m. and all that, so. My mom wants to go, she didn't tell me why, like, I don't know what she wants to see. She's like, oh, my coworkers talked about Santa Barbara. I'm like, cool. What was it they talked about? Like, I don't know what you expect, because I can't really plan if we don't know what's happening, and yeah. So yeah, anyway, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be an adventure for both of us. Everything's gonna be an adventure because we have nothing planned. Absolutely nothing planned. That drives me a little batty, but I hope, like, part of me thinks my mom expects me to come up with the entire itinerary, but she didn't tell me when she was coming until like 2 weeks ago. So there's a shopping district. Oh, shopping is so boring. Oh, like my mom likes to go around and look at like trinket shop type things, and that's cool. I don't mind doing that in Solvang, where it's pretty interesting. I don't mind doing it in Solvang. But I don't want to do it like in Santa Monica. I don't want to do it in Beverly Hills. Actually, Beverly Hills I might want to do it. To walk around Beverly Hills, all the crazy stuff. Alright, is it time to fight, guys? It looks like it's time to fight. We got dudes to fight. Flying angel dudes to fight. Oh wait, no we don't. It's 6 minutes still. I'm a goof. I'm a goof. Alright. Not yet, soon. Yeah, I'm bad at the whole shopping as a pastime thing. I do not like that. I get, again, tired easily. Like, there's so many people, it exhausts my brain. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just trying to keep track of too many things and all the people that are around, and like, what are people doing, and that person makes me nervous, and that person, oh my god, their kids are loud, and like, it's overstimulation for me going to a shopping center type place. No, not social anxiety so much. So, Creative Minds, I grew up in Minnesota, and when I grew up, the place I grew up, we were very close to the Mall of America. Like that, when someone said, hey, we're gonna go to the mall, that's where we were going. I went to the Mall of America as a pastime. And it's the biggest mall in the country. However, I also worked retail. I didn't work in the mall. Many of my friends worked in the mall, but I didn't. I had issues with just commercialism and retail and just pushing all of this on you. You need to spend money, spend on useless stuff. You go into Mall America, like 90% of the stuff in there is completely useless stuff. Or like you're paying more than you need to for stuff you need. So there's like clothes, and there's also like Bath and Body Works, which is like, it just makes my head explode. And if I thought about it too much while I was at the mall, that would give me a type of anxiety. And I didn't have a word for it then. I was just like, okay, I'm exhausted now, we need to go. Like, that's what it was. It wasn't like I became nervous, I didn't like need to get away from the people. It wasn't the people that was the problem, it was all the commercialism, all the spend your money. Just, it made me it's sick and angry. So, alright. Arctic, Texas. Okay, paint's brain broke. So, the vinyl jerseys, you have to mirror the cutout. My anxiety triggered your dysgraphia, so I was flipping the mirrored image, and I was sure if I cut the mirrored or not, because, oh no! I'm so sorry! I don't want to say I was doing something similar, but kind of. I was reading a document that I needed to know. I needed to know what was requested and what was granted. And there is 2 separate numbers. However, the document's in Portuguese. I took Spanish. Spanish and Portuguese are really close, right? Yes, they're really close. However, the other thing that was really close was the words that they used to describe stuff. Like, the stuff that was requested and the stuff that was granted, one of the words translated to, this is what was indicated, and this is what is actionable. It was like actionable and indicated. And I'm like looking at it going, I don't know which is which. Because they weren't close enough to English meanings. I feel like either of them could have been flip-flopped and meant the same thing. And so I'm sitting there reading it, and I apparently got it right the first time. So my first initial mental translation of it was right. And then I like went to a different web page and looked up something else, and I went back to the other one, and I'm like, crap, what is it? So every time you tab back, it's gone somewhere weird. So yeah, I'm reading this Portuguese document, and I'm like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what the answer is. And so I was like, I messaged my supervisor. We have like a group chat, and I'm like, guys, I need your help. And I linked them the document, and I'm like, I don't know what this says. I think it says this, but it could also say this. I was like, I just need someone else to look at it. And then so he told me that the first one was correct, so. Yeah, Krantz, we were totally like brainstorming on what you can do to have a hobby that you can physically show up for and meet people. So we need to, yes, 1 minute and 20 some seconds, yeah. I saw that, and because when people put down like epics or whatever, and it goes doo, like I'm like, oh, battle time. Oh wait, no, I think it's actually a different sound for a battle. Yeah, so I get your confusion. Like I'm not saying that it's 100% the same, because it wasn't flip-flopping like it wasn't flip-flopping an image, but it was flip-flopping my understanding of what I was looking at, which may as well have just been like switching places for me, because I was just like, I don't know Portuguese well enough, and Google Translate wasn't like helping. It wasn't helping for what I needed and what the paper was saying. It wasn't. So yeah, I was like, guys, I need help. Like, I felt helpless in that sense. Like, I felt lost. Oh man, splitting yarn. This is why I'm using this yarn for this thing, because this is good amigurumi yarn. It's not particularly soft, it splits a bit, and like, an ami is a good way to use up some of this stuff that's not supposed to like go. There we go, that's the noise saying that we are going to have our battle. I hope you guys all put dudes down. I'm going to get to the end of this row here, and then we are going to start the fight, and then we'll start the second fight if we don't fail. I hope we don't fail. We have enough people here adding amazing fighters. So, okay, this, and then we'll drop a second loop here, and we'll stitch two together, and we will chain one and turn. Oops, nope, that did not work. And chain one right here, and turn. So we come back, we'll be doing more stitch togethers. Alright, see, that looks good. That looks better. Maybe the heart bumps just need the other one on the other side to, like, look good. So we'll keep that there. That looks, I'm glad that looks good. Alright guys, we got our Stream Captain Battlefield here. Alright, Creative Minds, Bando putting down a bunch. Ooh, and we have a epic musketeer. Let's go, let's go! Bando, your dude's done well. Oh wow, that was super fast, guys. Super fast. Excellent. What's inside? We'll open the chest. Alright, so some lucky person gets a Centurion. Alright. More coins for the streamer. Boop. Or for the viewers, not for the streamer. More coins for viewers. And the random reward goes to Bando! Yay! Alright guys, our next one is a 5-skull boss. Alright, so I get to collect 200 here. And we got, oh, I got a new skin, nice. Alright, I'm gonna go to the store first. And we'll see if I can make anybody, oh, I can upgrade my warrior. Awesome. And I can upgrade my other warrior. Oh no, that's not upgrade, that's buying scrolls, shoot. Alright, I did this wrong. Army. I need to go to the army page. Dang it. Alright, so upgrade the warrior. But I bought scrolls, so that's... Tank, warrior, archer, flag bearer. Okay. What else do I have in the store here? I could buy more rogue scrolls. Get 4. Nah. Alright, got about victory's ours! Let it be known! I am resting. We'll do homework. Alright. Alright guys, so now you've seen how it works. If you didn't know how Stream Captain works, that's how it goes. You put guys down, you have 5 minutes between... why is this not going away? There we go. 5 minutes between putting a guy down and putting your next one down. So here we go, and again, it's Divine Wrath event. It says it ends in 11 days. There's special skins. So we'll go up here. Challenge level boss. Alright, looks like he has some electric stuff going on. Face down an ethereal judge to make it back home. Okay, so we get to go through a gate of some sort. Alright. We're gonna start this battle. We gotta beat this, guys. Alright, I'm gonna start this one off with... Again, I'll do the tank. Giant tank here. Don't forget these little dudes way over here. And, ethereal warriors. Level 1 warriors. Flying angels, and the judge. So it looks like he does an AoE attack that attacks a bunch of stuff around him. So be careful. I probably should have put my guy back a little further, because he's in that AoE range. He'd have to jump into that AoE range. Anyway, so guys, put your dudes down, and let's continue crocheting. And if you need the link... There we go. Oh, paint! Since I'm doing these hearts, and if you really are going to get one, what color would you like? Because then I can, this would be a good size project for me to take on the road. Because I imagine my mom will go to sleep earlier than I will, and I'm hoping that, like, I don't know, there's a lobby in the hotel we'll be at, and maybe I could even stream for like an hour or two after she goes to bed. So So I might be able to stream some crochet while I'm out. Just don't, like, depend on it. Purple or magenta? Oh my goodness! Okay, so you say magenta. I think I have an awesome color. I have a lot of purples. What about, this is kind of a maroonish, but this also changes color as you work it. And it's soft, it's extra soft. So, there's that. You gave Kranitz your emotes, switching mine to monkey. Oh, monkey, monkey! Yeah, so this is super soft stuff. And yeah, so after I finish this blue piece, we have the second one, and then they get smashed together. Like this one. Smashed together. And then maybe I'll try working on like a St. Patrick's Day one. I did a St. Patrick's towel, like a hot pad, a few years ago, and I actually liked it. It turned out really well. I might do another one in the same vein. This did not, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Here we go. Pulling up 2 here, and then pulling through, because we're stitching 2 together. Chain 1 and turn. There we go. Sometimes I actually have to talk myself through it. Alright, so chain 1 and turn, and we're stitching 2 together. So, you guys probably can't see this, because I kind of put it off camera, but I've put the red heart on the spindle here. But I'm still doing the center pull, because I don't want to screw up center pull. Mostly it's nice that it's sticking up out of the top, and it won't roll all over the place. Alright, so I stitch 2 together, and I'll be stitching 2 together again, because there's only 3 left here. And chain 1 and slip stitch all the way down. Do I chain 1 and turn? I feel like... I kind of feel like I should turn, but I'm actually going to turn and do a slip stitch, because it just doesn't seem like it'll hold very well if I don't. Oh, wait, that's the end of it. I don't need to slip stitch all the way down. But I kind of want to. I feel like it would look better if I did, so we're going to do that. Because the next thing is just to tie it off and start the next one. So slip stitching down the center here will kind of soften the look a little bit, because some of these look a little, like, looks a little jagged when you are when you're decreasing stitches. So when I say I'm stitching 2 together, I'm actually decreasing. Oops, that does not do that. So it subtracts 1 from your total row count and kind of pulls everything together. But at the same time, it looks a little rough around the edges, like literally rough around the edges. So doing this slip stitch all the way down smooths it out a bit. Alright, so last one here. And then I can cut, if I had scissors. So anyway, I still have to pack tonight, because basically I'm going to be going up north for 5 days and not being anywhere near my place. So I'm driving. I'm not taking a plane or anything, so I don't have to worry about, like, what size shampoo, how much does the stuff weigh. I don't have to worry about any of that. My mom does. I don't. Go ahead and tie that off. And put that back. So this will be this is the right side you're seeing here. I'm going to go ahead and kind of take this and pull it to the back. That starting stitch gets a little wonky. Alright, so there we go. You got the right side here. Nice heart-shaped blue piece. And then we need to start on the second one. And now it's going to be, the second one's almost a little harder than the first one, because I have to make sure it matches exactly. So when I was marking down the rows, when I was making it long, I don't know if I marked down all the right ones. I think I may have skipped a mark, so I'm going to have to occasionally measure it, or at least put it up against itself. Okay, you sleepy, okay. Yeah, put it up against the stuff, make sure it matches so when I sew it together it doesn't look funky. Now on this one, I did a whip stitch around the edge, and then I went around a second time and did a simple straight stitch. I don't like the combination of the two. When I did the whip stitch, there were still a lot of spots where the stuffing could fall out. Stuffing could fall out! Oh my god! There was no peas in that at all! All the cute emotes! Sleepy emotes! Actually, this is cool. I'm taking a picture of this. Alright, Mom's messaging back, so I'm gonna make sure I respond to her. Alright, take a picture. Oh, I can't center it exactly. So maybe we'll just offset everything. There we go. There we are. Alright, some cute pictures. Put those up on Instagram a little later. After we have all the pieces. Alright, so we got this guy. I like the way it looks. It's awesome. So anyway, yeah, what I did with this one, this is as you see it. So one of the other things I was considering doing was stitching one in every single stitch across, but also doing it wrong side to or right side to right side, then flipping it inside out. I don't know how well that would work with crocheted pieces. Like, I don't want to stretch it out unnecessarily, and I think flipping it might stretch it too much. Part of me still wants to give it a shot. I don't know. However, since we're kind of at a natural stopping point, I need water. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the break screen. You guys keep putting those stream dudes down, and I'll go to the break screen. I'll throw the stream guys up there. So.
Hello, 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 everyone! I'm back! Oh no! Out of focus camera. Shame. Shame, camera, shame. Come on, do your thing. Hopefully it does its thing soon. I don't... Oh, crap. Oh, alright, what do we got here? Oh, good. Focused camera, that's what we got. I look away, I look back. It's like that Old Spice commercial. Look at the door, now look at me. I'm a giraffe. Or whatever. Alright, and we're going to start now with the second panel of the blue heart. Okay, and keep this guy. We can keep him right here. So, oh, that's definitely not how I want to start this. No. I was starting with the magic circle there. That's not what we need for this one. We need a slip knot. Although I kind of want to do a regular knot. I think we can do that here because one of the things I've been having trouble with is the slip knot comes undone. And I understand part of the reason is like if you make a mistake or whatever, but I don't. Because this is a piece that's going to be sewn together and I can kind of hide the knot, it's not like a piece that's worn. It's not going to be a piece that's worn. I don't feel bad about putting a knot in here. I can also hide it when we sew it together. So 1 and 2 is how we're starting this. And then we're putting 2 stitches into here. So now before I was decreasing, now I'm doing the increase, which will later have to decrease. Whoa. 1 and 2. See, this is the part because it immediately goes into some increasing. That's where we would actually see the knot start to come undone. And I don't want to deal with that right away. I don't want to deal with that in a piece. So. I was doing dishes the other day, and there was a knife sitting blade side up in the side with the water. And I felt it was a serrated knife, and I felt my fingers go over it. And I'm like, oh, it's fine. There's nothing, you know, it didn't actually, you know, cut me. Well, now that I've washed my hands, I can see there's like a cut there. It got wet again, and it's a very odd, awkward angle to hold your finger at. Anyway, yeah, so I got a little bit of a cut there. And I'm not, it doesn't hurt. I'm just worried that like sliding across the rough yarn that I have here, it might catch. So I'm being very careful. Alright, so here I increase, and then I do 2 regular stitches, and then increase. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I hiccups after the water. One and 2, and I always felt like this was like I'm going down the side of it while I'm doing the second ones at the ends there. Especially when it's at the end of the row. At the beginning of the row, it's not so bad, but when it's at the end of the row, I really feel like I'm starting to work down the side of the piece rather than straight across it. It's odd and awkward. But it's part of bending the yarn to your will. I need to create an emote for that. You know, bend it to your will. And show like someone thinking really hard and then like yarn. You know, like a snake charmer. You know, charm the yarn. Ooh, that has a neat ring to it. Charm the yarn. Charm the yarn. There we go. I'm seeing how it looks and if I like the way it looks. I kind of do. Oh, there was something else that I came up with Genuine Thread. Like, if I was gonna make a store name, I thought that like Genuine Thread would be a cool name. That's one. So Charm the Yarn and Genuine Thread are gonna be the names I consider. Alright, so I got my little triangle going on here. And basically I just keep doing this, increasing on the ends and the ends only until we reach, I think, 28 stitches across. I think we were 26 over here. And then I did one last row, which adds 2 more stitches to it. So, but yeah, because this ends up being very tight, right now my wrists are already sore. So bending the yarn to your will also, has some consequences. There are repercussions. So we're gonna go ahead and do some wrist stretches because it hurts. Like my wrist was acting really weird earlier today, like on my drive home. So this was a stretch I did in Aikido. The one you just saw me do, where I was pulling it and it. So you face your palm out, put it down, and then push your wrist in, or push your hand towards your wrist, and then bring it in towards you so you're making a Z here. So that's one stretch. The other one's where you grab your fingertips, then you straighten your elbow. And so you're stretching not just your fingers right here, but also all the way, and it mostly, surprisingly, your pointer finger, it stretches all the way over here, like right down your arm. And this whole section here, that's what this stretches. And if you individually take each of your fingers and pull them back, that will stretch that finger and the joining tendon or muscle all the way up your ulna. Ulna. There we go. That last one's correct. All right. There's more wrist stretches. These were Aikido stretches I did. I can't remember them. Those are the two that I remember best. I think there's one where people will go like this. I did not like that one. I did not put my weight on it. I would just stretch my wrists like this with my hand, not my body weight. All right, so back to the heart. After we did those stretches, those much needed stretches. Next will be my back, which we will actually, I need to do that right now. I have some muscle relaxants. I'll probably take them. I'll bring them with. There's a couple pills I'm going to take with me while I'm on this trip with my mom. One is going to be for the pain. If I get the kidney stone again, like if it decides to do its thing, of course, while mom's in town, I'm going to take those painkillers with me, and those are very strong painkillers. They put me out like hardcore. The other one is the muscle relaxants. Also put me out, but those I can sort of manage in a sense. I can cut the pill in half or even in a quarter, so I can wake up the next day. Otherwise, if I take those, like I'm in a brain fog if I take a whole one of them, I'm in a brain fog for like a day and a half. I don't like it because I can't fully function, and I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm just in this weird brain fog. So as much as I like my back relaxing, I don't like my brain relaxing. Yeah, it makes simple things like speaking difficult. The morning after, it's tough for me to talk, and not just like slurring my words because my tongue and my mouth aren't working properly, but my brain can't. Oh, sneaky yawn. My brain can't fully process what I'm doing either. And that's just, it gets annoying. So if that's what it feels like to, you know, go through like dementia or something, I understand that frustration now. Where your brain just isn't doing what you expect it to do, and you know you forgot something, or you know that you should be like you should be functioning faster. And yeah, while people have limitations and all that, you're used to working at a certain pace. Even if it's your brain thinking at a certain pace, you're used to ideas and stuff coming to you at a certain speed. Alright, I don't think we're going to finish this panel tonight. Well, maybe. We have an hour. We still got an hour, and then I got to pack. So I've been mentally packing a little bit. So like I was talking about the pills, I have a daily pill I take, the one that, yeah, makes sure I don't fall asleep in the middle of the day. Yeah, don't wake up in the middle of the night either. So there's that one. There's the muscle relaxant. There's the high pain one. What else is there? So that's like medication stuff. I'm probably gonna want to bring my shampoo and conditioner. They're almost out, so I pretty much am gonna take them and throw them away while we're on the trip. Now use what's left and just toss them. Probably want to bring my razor. I don't think I need to bring the shaving cream though. What else? So let's see. 5 days. We're gonna be doing a lot of driving. I don't think my mom realizes how much driving we're going to be doing. And while it would be cool to have a bunch of snacks, I want to make sure that we have like healthy snacks, especially because I'm getting old. Like salty snacks, like too many chips or whatever, it'd make me feel sick to my stomach. So I want to make sure that we get like veggies. Yeah, do some cucumber sticks or something. I don't know what Captioner thinks I'm saying. Alright, I'm going to go ahead. Sorry for that. I'm going to go ahead and put this right here, right next to my mouth. Oh, look at that. Captioner says I'm not even too quiet. Look at that. Well, it says I'm too quiet now because I'm not talking. Silly Captioner. Silly Captioner, you're so goofy. Alright. Where are we at? Where are we at with that? Alright, I can't see it well. Oops, not making double crochets. See, I got so used to doing the double crochets from my brother's blanket. I feel like I'm also going to have to bring the blanket, even though I'm not going to do anything with it, just to show my mom. Like, hey, look, it's done. Or maybe I could bring it and a gray yarn so I could finish it. Gray yarn, not graveyard. Yeah, so I'm planning on just packing all of my projects and bringing them, depending on what kind of mood I'm in. You know, maybe I have a lot of time. Maybe I have no time, but even then it doesn't matter if I have no time and don't get any of it done. That's fine too. I haven't decided if I'm going to let my mom drive my car. I'm thinking the answer is no. While it would be awesome to work on projects in the car, LA traffic is a whole different beast. And we're going to be going in and out of LA a little bit. Like, I'm nervous with LA traffic still. I don't like driving in it. There's too many people. There's too many people trying to, like, make turns where they shouldn't. Like, a left-hand turn onto Hollywood Boulevard? No, no, no. She's not built for it, I take it. I mean, I've noticed her reaction time slowing in the past couple years. Like, I noticed it wasn't great even when I was in high school, and I graduated high school about 20 years ago. We'll just kind of throw that out there. Like, I was noticing it then. There's concerns. She also has issues with her hearing right now. She had breast cancer. She went through chemo treatment, and one of the side effects of her hearing, her chemo treatment, was that her hearing goes away. Like, there's something with the chemical reaction that basically your hearing is destroyed. So, there's that. Also, like I said, it's just a different beast. Chemo brain. I mean, she's finished the treatment and stuff, but there are lingering effects. Like they said, it can be up to a year where you'll have hearing loss. Like up to a year to show that you have hearing loss. The hearing loss is permanent. So that was a thing. Was it again? LA traffic's a beast. You kind of have to know stuff. You just have to be aware that people are gonna do crazy things, like jump in front of you, going stupid speeds, and it's just a different level of awareness. And then just the general of being familiar with an area. Even though I haven't been up to Camarillo, I have an idea of to which way the roads are going. So even if we get sort of lost, I kind of can... Or because we're going to all new places, maybe we don't even like throw a thing into the GPS. We're going to be going through the mountains. We might have spotty areas where we don't have signal. It's not because I have bad coverage, it's because we're in the freaking mountains. Like radio signal can't even get out there. Alright, so we have our battle ready. And we can do one, well, we'll see how this goes. We can do one more battle after this. Oh, we have enough time for it. 9:13, yeah, we totally have time for one more boss battle. Alright, so turn, I'm going to do the 2 here. And then when I come back, I'll just be doing regular crochets. Won't have to think about it. Regular singles. Single singles. Oh, the single singles. Oh, the single singles. Alright. Fight, fight, fight! Boss battle time! Maybe someday I'll figure out how to get, basically a wireless mouse set up. So I can just do this from over there. And alright, we have quite a few dudes. Oh, hey, look. Who's that? Bando, look how smart you are putting your own warriors up there. Yeah, let's get it. Oh, this is exciting. I'm excited. Oh no! They totally stomped your dudes! Oh no! What? Did that boss just completely lightning us all to death at one time? Ugh. Yuck. Alright, we'll open this chest. We receive some gold as salvage. I don't know if you guys receive a chest or not. Keep going. You have 1 retry token. Get new map. Keep playing. I think I'll just get a new map. I got warrior scrolls because of the event. And I got gold because of the event. Well, we just need to get stronger. So we're gonna get a new map. I don't want to use this retry token just yet. I already used 1. I want to make sure... Oh, look, see, look at this. We got a flying dude, 1 star. We should be able to totally ace this. Alright. We got I'm going to put down a flag bearer. So, guys, if you're not familiar, flag bearer heals dudes. So, there we go. GPS is your friend. It totally is. Alright, we got a flag bearer down. Excuse me, so sorry for the yawning. I know it's loud. Alright. And now back to our blue hearts. Yay! And then I get to pack. Packing that I've been talking our way through the whole time. Alright, regular crochets. That's what we said we were going to do here. And we've got... So yeah, clothes. So I need to pack for like all types of weather. So we're heading up North California. And it's like springtime here. It's like a... It's like a Minnesota beginning of summer, is what I would say it feels like here right now, if comparing it to Minnesota weather. It feels like the beginning of summer. Which also means that there's some drastic like ups and downs with temperature. It's been pretty chilly, it's been rainy, it's been sunny and warm. Actually, let's see. Okay, Google. What is the weather like this weekend in Camarillo, California? 71 degrees, mostly sunny, high of 71, low of 50, and precipitation of 20%. So that's a thing. That sounds pretty good. I can do a 71. 71 sunny, mostly sunny. Actually, okay, Google. What's the weather in Solvang, California this weekend? 67, partly cloudy. Not as good. Not as good. Not quite as warm, not quite as sunny. Just give me the weather for Friday. I think Friday we're still going to be in Camarillo. I think Saturday we're driving up to Solvang. So Saturday night, Sunday night, we're going to be in Solvang, spending the nights there. And then keeping our days and options open. Well, I hope there's stuff to do on Sunday. Oh man, do I hope there's stuff to do on Sunday. Because if all the stuff happens on Saturday and we literally made that a travel day, yikes. But there's a cute little store that I want to try out. It's something Needleworks. Want to go shopping there? It's not right off the main drag. So what's it called here? Thumbelina Needleworks. Now the thing is, Solvang is a Danish town, like a Danish replica town, and I think there's actually Danish culture there. Like it's a like place where Danes settled, and so they have the Hans Christian Andersen Museum and Park. So Thumbelina Needleworks is, Thumbelina is one of his creations, I believe. So that's pretty fitting. It's on point theme-wise. It's thematically accurate. So let's see, and so the other pieces I have here. So there's also something called Ostrich Land. I mentioned that at the beginning of stream. There's Old Mission San Ynez, and then the Wildling Museum. So there's a couple museums there. Santa Barbara, there's the Old Mission Santa Barbara, and Lotus Land, and Labyrinth and the Zoo. Santa Barbara Zoo is like one of the best, apparently. I haven't been to a zoo in a long time, so I'm not quite sure like what I would have to compare it to. But I think San Diego Zoo is the best zoo in the country, and Santa Barbara is not far behind it. And I don't know what the criteria is for best zoo or good zoo is, but apparently they're great. Okay, Google. How much does entrance to the Santa Barbara Zoo cost? About $20. And parking is $11 a vehicle. So it'd be like $20, $40, $51 for the two of us to go. I don't know how much we're planning on spending on stuff. I haven't set a budget for the trip. I probably should. I haven't priced anything out. So, and the Jingles is home with a cute little Ripley. Oh no, get her away from there, because the say my pot pie is in that garbage. So yeah, I have some things that are on a possible list, and I can let her choose what she wants to do day by day. Yeah, for my weekend. Our wide open weekend. But much like you choosing movies on Netflix, my mom was just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm in the mood for. Kind of like, so it's very possible we could spend the whole day just trying to decide on something, and then by the time we decide on a thing, it'll be closed. That doesn't work so well with my mother. Huh? 10 minutes and we'll flip a coin. That might work. Yeah, so. I still need to look up wine tours and stuff, because, like, our full day is in... I was working! I actually work at work. I mean, my working is fun work, but it's still working. Yes, I have no idea how much that stuff costs. Oh, because our full day in Solvang, I believe, is Sunday. I'm like, if everything's closed on Sunday, we're going to have a problem. And if Saturday, like, is right now our travel day to drive from Camarillo to Solvang, and all the things happen on Saturday, well, it's going to be a disappointing trip. But I'm not the one who made the hotel reservations. Possibly. Take her to a dispensary. Dear God, she would lose her mind, and not in a good way. True, she would not know what it was until she got in there. Now, I'm not saying she wouldn't benefit from some of their products. She probably would. I mean, fun story about that. Was this past weekend, I went to a dispensary for the first time. I had never been to one. So, I felt like that was sort of like an achievement unlocked moment. Huh? Not really a life goal, just an achievement. Just kind of like, do you even California, bro? Like that. Like, I feel like that's what the achievement would be called. A side quest, yeah, mini achievement. Yeah. One that's not worth like any points, but just kind of bragging rights. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if that wasn't I was thinking that honestly while we were in the car. Huh? Reputation with a certain clan. Well, I feel like if we're talking about like how certain things can get you reputation with certain groups, I've told you about when I had my hair dyed for the first time. I dyed it purple. And I had certain people stop talking to me and certain people start talking to me because my hair was purple. I had a teacher who stopped calling on me in class. I had another teacher who started talking to me more. The kids who smoked started talking to me more, like the smoker group, who just usually ignored me. They started chatting with me more. It was the weirdest thing. Like, it was a video game. It's like I lost. It's like if you're trying to go for a Bloodsail Buccaneer rep, you immediately lose all of your Goblin rep, and your Bloodsail Buccaneers goes to neutral. That's exactly what happened. It was instantaneous the day I came back from spring break. It's so fucking weird. there you go. Achievement unlocked. High times. Yeah. So I don't think my mom would... Now, she would be very uncomfortable. She would... Yeah. I don't even know. I might ask her if she wants to go. But I won't... I'll try not to ask her until the end of the trip. Because that could make things extremely awkward.
Yeah, but she can't fly back with it, so it's best to get the beginning of the trip so she can enjoy it here.
Your logic isn't wrong. Jump in my stream and put dudes in the Stream Raider thing. We're fighting a boss. Well, it's only a 1-star, but, like, it still needs dudes. What's an edible between family? Nah, she works in healthcare kind of stuff, so she would probably cite, like, random drug tests or something. Like, I legitimately currently have an application in for a federal level job, and I don't want to screw that up, so I will not be partaking in anything until I find out about that position. That'd be a bit of a side gig, but I kind of want that. I want to pay down my debt and stuff, so I want to have a second job. And I don't want to be on any sort of freaking list or whatever. I mean, well, I am now because I went to the dispensary. But I don't want to fail a federal drug test. Nah. Federal level USA job, yeah. The US Census is currently hiring. It's for people to go around, go door to door and do censuses if they didn't fill it out and send it in the mail. And I did this back in 2010, and I actually thought it was kind of fun. It was fun. It was a great way to, well, I kind of knew the community already. It's where I grew up. And I ran in, so some of the people's houses I went to, I actually knew them. I got to learn I found streets I didn't even know existed while doing it. So, it's not that big of a deal. It's not a difficult job, but it's still a federal level job, so you need to follow federal rules, which includes, no drugs. So, meh, says Jingles. Yeah. I'm going to be doing this to make sure we can pay rent when you're not working. Meh. You should also apply for it. Yeah. But yeah, if you guys are looking for a little bit of extra work or whatever, and you have a vehicle, because that's required that you need to have reliable transportation of your own, go to usajobs.gov and they have special census applications. So, and you can fit it in with your normal schedule. Like, I had a crazy schedule in 2010, the summer of 2010. And I was able to fit in what I needed to. They won't hire you. Well, how do you know? Like, there's a test and stuff you have to take, and basically they only take the people who score, like, super high in the test. That's how they basically, like, take the high scores and start there. And you can take the test as many times as you want. I believe they also have veterans preference, too. Because that was one of the questions on the application. Alright, I need to count. I have a feeling I might have too many stitches here. And this yarn is a bit rough. Like, it's sliding over my pointer finger here, and actually feels like it's rubbing away my skin. Yeah, so US Census work, pretty cool. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if I put that on LinkedIn. I tried to put everything on LinkedIn, and I don't know if I don't think I did. I should update that. Alright, 28 is the magic number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yeah, we're going to have to pull out this whole last row because I have too many. Alright. So what we'll do here, I need to chain 1 and then single crochet all the way across. So close the stitch and chain 1. And then we'll go ahead and single crochet all the way across. And then I get to start with the counting of just the single crocheted rows. So yeah, we might be able to finish the... No, well, we'll probably get to the point where I would start the heart humps. Oh, we got stuff hanging out on the battlefield, yeah. I don't think Jingles still did anything to my channel. Oh wait, no, he is. Okay. Yay. But I don't think he turned on the stream raiders. Oh, because I have to do this. He doesn't have the link. Captain. Oh, Captain, my Captain. I need to watch that movie again. How many of you guys here have seen Dead Poet Society? That's where Oh Captain, My Captain comes from. I mean, it's from a poem, a Lord Byron poem, but like the movie made it really popular because of the way it's used. It's so powerful. It's a really good use of the poem. I like it a lot. I want to see it again. Once upon a time, I used to work at a bookstore. There was a gal there who said she would knit and read while driving. I could kind of figure out how she could knit, but to try and figure out how she could read while driving, all of us were like, you need to stop that. We know you work at a bookstore, and you like books. We all like books. Otherwise, we wouldn't be working at a bookstore. But you need to stop reading while driving. And she's like, well, I mean, I put the book up, like, on top of the steering wheel, so, like, I can kind of see what I'm doing. It's right there in the center. And we're all like, no, stop. Do not read while driving. Bad idea. Very bad idea. Also, at the same bookstore, I worked with a guy named Patrick. And it so happened that Patrick and I also went to University of Wisconsin-Madison, which was in a different town than this particular bookstore. And it also happens that while I was here in California one day, like years later, like 6-8 years later, I'm getting my salad at lunch one day. And all of a sudden, Patrick's there. And my reaction was, oh my god, what are you doing here? And he was like, hi. Because he had been trying to keep together like a film interest group, and I'd never managed to get to one of his. Oh no, the yarn is all like broken. I had never managed. He'd kept inviting me. He had a Facebook group for like film appreciation stuff, and I never managed to make it to any of his events. It's not that I want to. It's just that like. Because I didn't get invited to many things at the time. So, like, that's one of the things I would have done. But, like, just the timing of all of them just fit with other things that were going on. Mostly school projects. So it was not stuff I could just be like, oh, next time. It's like, no, you need to go to this thing. Or, like, I had to work or something like that. That's the time when that was a time where I had work at odd hours. So, I never made it to any of his film appreciation events. And so here he is in Burbank, California, right in front of me. And I'm just like, what are you doing here? And I literally meant California. Like, what are you doing in California? Why are you in the city I'm in? And he's like, he kind of laughed, and I think he was a little like, because it probably sounded like I was angry. And I wasn't. I was just so surprised. And confused. It was confused to the point where I just didn't know how to react appropriately. I should probably reach out to him again and be like, hey, dude, what are you doing now? Because he said he was a PA for the hub, which at the time was making My Little Pony. So, like, I was like, that's super cool, because that's a place I would have not minded working. Now, I wouldn't have wanted to be a PA. I don't want to be a PA anywhere. Now, if I had to take a PA position, I would. But I would still like to find something more appropriate for my skill set. But I do know a person who did take a PA job just so he could keep working. And the position he got offered, like, while he was a PA, was a producer level position. So, you can't judge a person by their position. You gotta see, what they can actually do for you. And it's just kind of cool, because he's like, man, you're so tech savvy. If I ever need anybody to help me with stuff, like, I'm definitely calling you. Well, he never called me, but that's fine. Because he probably would have met more tech savvy people than myself. And I think this is row 2 that I've done. I haven't been marking my rows. It's been crocheting along. Alright, so 1... I think that's just the first row that I needed to count. So we got 1, because the first one was 1 in every single one, and then you count 8 rows. So what we're going to go ahead and open up Facebook and see if Patrick is still around. Alright, so I don't have Facebook as an app here. I just have it as a... I have to go to like a regular web page. Let's see what this guy is up to. He does show up in my... Well then. He is a VP position at a studio, according to his Facebook profile. Yep. That's pretty awesome. When you have that kind of drive, you're going to do something cool. Okay, so we're on the second row of the 8 rows. That's going to kind of create the long body part of the heart. Oh my goodness! Editor! I'm so sorry. Oh man, for some reason I'm not seeing stuff show up. Holy crap! Film industry people. That's LA for you, empty talk, lol. Aw, no! Yeah, sorry, I totally got lost in the story. Talking about Pat. But yeah, I'm probably gonna, now remembering that he's in the area, I'm probably gonna look him up on LinkedIn and be like, hey, was thinking about you the other day, actually talking about you on my stream. LA people, empty talk. Oh my. Yeah, so we're making hearts today, Ted. We got, I had 2 giveaways, one for reaching our St. Jude goal for January, and then another one for reaching 1,000 followers. And so we drew hearts, and then the winner got to choose their color. So we had someone choose, they said any variation of red. So we have this very dark maroon that we've done. Very dark maroon, and the second person chose blue. So I chose one of my blues, and we're going on with this. It's up in 11 hours and 18 minutes. How long did it end up being? Because I was like, I saw your other one, and it was like 45 minutes long. I was like, we talked for 2 hours. Like, what did you cut it down to? $135.11. Wow. Yeah, I'm actually very happy. This particular yarn was very like silky, so it's a very like slidey, soft one. This one's a little more like durable, so we'll see what it's like when it's all sewn together and stuffed. It's not going to be as soft, but it's going to be pretty hefty. Like it'll be able to handle a lot of abuse. Let's see. You didn't cut anything except for one part. Awesome. That was too good. Yeah, I did speak to my manager about that, and he was like, just don't talk about it too much and definitely don't mention the A word. So, I was going to tell you about the name thing also, because I know near the end of it we were talking about names, and you're like, oh yeah, Mrs. And I'm like, no, not really. But yeah, I didn't want you to like feel bad about that part. I just hope that also wasn't included. Yes, it's an ex-Mrs. Which is funny because some of my knit and crochet friends, I have a knit and crochet group in Burbank, and they've met Jingles through me, and so they think of his name as Jingles Decker, and I'm like, that is really weird, let's say no. Yeah, giving the current boyfriend the last name of the ex-husband? No. No. Well, and then there's the other thing, because Jingles is the name that he always goes by. It's not just a screen name, it's a name that he lives by. I would be talking about him in my my spinning group, because I did a class where I would learn to spin wool into yarn. And I'd be talking about Jingles this and Jingles that, and we went to the grocery store, and this one lady is like, why in the world are you bringing your cat to the grocery store? And I'm like, Jingles is my boyfriend, he is not a cat. But for like 2 months, she thought that all these stories about Jingles, it was a cat. Now, I could understand the confusion, because I also had a lot of stories about the 5 cats that lived with us. And it is time to battle with Stream Raiders. You have to hear how he got the name. You'll probably have to hear that from him. So, we got Stream Raiders. If you guys aren't familiar with this, I don't think I'll be running another one because we're getting close to 10 o'clock. We have some digital bosses to fight. You get 3 options of characters to start with: an archer, a warrior, and a rogue. And every 5 minutes you can choose one of the characters to put down. You can choose where on the map to put it. And at times like this, after half an hour, we can actually have a battle. So here's our battlefield. And we will go ahead and start this battle. Alright, so we have quite a few archers here. We have some musketeers, which is an advanced character. A bomber. Alright. Well, hopefully we got some goodness going on. I like all the range because we have quite a bit of flying ethereal archers. Alright, those archers are doing work. That is amazing. Fast victory. Okay. What did we all win here? Oh, we got 3 flag bearer scrolls for some lucky person. And Bando gets some flag bearer scrolls. Hooray! Alright, see all those rewards everyone got. Excellent. So we won't be running another one of those today. We're pretty close to wrapping up for the night, though. But yay! Stream Raiders! I'm probably going to jump into some people's Stream Raiders events later on, too. Because it's just so fun. I remember one day I had like all 3 of my slots filled because it was one of the event things that was going on. Yeah, so I lived with 5 cats in addition to my boyfriend and the 4 other roommates we had. So there were a lot of stories, and for someone who sees me once a week to keep track of all that, I totally didn't blame her for getting confused. Alright. My yarn is getting extra floppy because we're getting through it. She's watching now too. Hello, Warchild! Welcome to the stream! I'm excited that you are also a fiber crafter. Fiber with an F. Thank you. While I know Web Captioner is pretty good at what it does bother me sometimes when it gets it wrong, because it also gets it very wrong. So yeah, doing a quick, this is a free pattern from Bernat, and I usually look for my stuff on Ravelry, so I do my first round of searching on Ravelry. I don't like paying for patterns. I know it's probably one of the worst things I could say because there's a lot of great designers here on Twitch even, and I just don't like, although I will say I have paid for patterns from some of them. So I bought stuff from Cheerful Chameleon. I have a little fox from her. I have Yarn Punk and a Hair Affair, and maybe even K-Hook Creations. They had a pack that was being sold by Michaels, I think. And so I got some of that. I bought the package, and so I have 3 of their patterns from them. All right. But yeah, in general, I bought one other pattern, like it was a giant blanket pattern, but it doesn't really, it's a super cool pattern. It doesn't translate well to fiber art, so like the dimensions are wacky to the point where it's like, unless I made a king size blanket, it wouldn't make sense. So pretty disappointed with that, and really it was just a chart, like an 8-bit type chart. And she's like, nope, this is just the chart, it's nothing else, you get to figure out how you want to do it. So you could do it by the stitch, you could make it like a Graphgan. Like if you made this thing a Graphgan, it would fill a whole room, like a 12 by 12 room. I think that's an enormous pattern. And again, like, I guess it's cool, but I don't want to make it that big. I would have to definitely rework it to be made into something in a usable size. Alright, so we are currently on row 4 out of 8. We're about ready to finish row 4 here. This yarn has been giving me a bit of trouble. Now, I will say this yarn is like 20 years old, and that is not really an exaggeration. The boyfriend who taught me how to crochet, his mom was over the moon when she found out that like I knew how and I was very interested in it. So she got me 2 of every color of like red heart yarn. So it's like I got 2 red, except there's no orange. 2 red, 2 yellow, 2 green, 2 blue, and 2 purple. And this is one of those blues from 2002. So I definitely want to make sure I use it, which is why we are using it for this amigurumi. cross it off? I didn't. Ding! I don't know what that ding was. Oh, that may have been my glass. I have a glass here. So, what's the most recent thing, or what are you currently working on for your projects? For all the crafters and channel. Whether it be yarn craft or any other craft. Yeah, if you got a coding project going on. So in addition to this, I have the Kerbal, little derpy Kerbal going on here. I still have to make his helmet, and I have to sew on the details of his spacesuit. So that's another thing I have going on. This guy's actually finished. He is adorable, but he's done. I need to finish another piece to send him off to, before I can send him off to his final destination. So this is a super cute little Christmas tree with the Twitch purple decoration around him. All right. So it looks like I'll be finishing this row, and we'll be taking a good look at what we got next. Now the Kerbal hoodie shouldn't be too terrible. It's just going to be a second before I figure out what they're asking me to do. Well, not asking me to, like what direction I'm going in when I make it. It would be easier if they had a picture that didn't depend so much on color, because I have a black and white printer and it printed off in black and white. Now, why would I print patterns off? Like, what is the point of that? It's the digital age. You know, you can check stuff out on an iPad or something. Well, one, I don't have an iPad. I'll just throw it out there. I have a Kindle Fire over here that's like the size of my hand. That's what I'm reading chat off of. It would be very difficult to read a pattern off of that. Number two, I won't be able to do stuff like this. Mark how many rows I have finished. So, that is why I print stuff off. It also makes it somewhat easier when traveling, because then I don't have to, worry about my battery life. I can just do the thing I want to do. Make stuff, crochet stuff. Alright, and then Paint wanted a heart also. So, I have that over there that we can start her heart with too. Alright, so we're going to finish this row and then move on. Got lots of yarn being difficult. That's alright. Oh man, even like I'm still thinking about work too, like all the stuff I need to do before I leave. There's an article I need to finish reading, and I have to know it very well because I'll be meeting with someone to discuss it tomorrow. There's a play test I need to participate in so I understand one of the games better. And while it's not difficult, it's not hard, it's a little stressful to fit it all in and then have to go pick up your mother from the airport. Like one of the busiest airports in the country. That's all. Oh, and she sent me a text saying that the 405 has construction this weekend. Hooray. Alright, so we finished row 6. Alright, so we finished row 6 here. I have 2 more single crochet rows to do. But that will have to be put on pause for now. And we're going to find some awesome person to go raid. So it is 10 p.m. PST. So we're going to go ahead and find someone. Definitely not seeing what I'm hoping for. And the fact that I wasn't muted, pro streamer. Pro streamer. Alright. What we got? So we got a new person that I have not met before called Quirk and Smirks, and they are also doing fiber arts. So it looks like they have some amigurumi sitting on there too, so we will go raid them. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and turn Pretzel off. Alright, so I hope you guys all had a fantastic day. Fantastic evening here, and I hope to see you all later. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see if I can even get in some time to stream, but don't bank on it. For sure, next Wednesday. Bye!